lot of people not agree on is our space program. Our space program, I have increased funding for improvements in present program. Integrate, the space program can actually look into global warming, give us a heads up on things that need attention to. And with pictures from outer space and technology, it would give us a heads up on what we need to do to stop the melting of ice caps and gases in the atmosphere to clean up this present environment. So I'm a strong advocate. And I belong to a group with Toastmasters. I'm a member of Toastmasters. I created the Green Party, not the one you see that protest, within Toastmasters. So I was with the Green Party for a short while. And it had heads of parties from all from Berkeley and so forth. We talked about problems on how to clean up the earth in a positive fashion. And also promote more awareness. We're still on a space program. Promote more public awareness to schools and generate public to get involved in programming. So this should be done through the media. The media will have to pay attention to the fact. Now, alternative energy. This is very strong. Develop immediately, solar desalination plants. Westinghouse is a big player. They build. All it takes is money. We will get money, I guarantee you. Push. We need desalination plants. Define by region the immediate needs of water and energy needs. In doing so, create regions which nuclear and solar could be retrofitted or defined. Back east, you'll probably be more nuclear, if that's the answer. But my main push is solar units. It's clean, it's free, and in the future, the consumer will benefit because the sun is free. All you have is maintenance costs. The transportation industry must be pushed for immediate response, producing battery, solar, hydrogen, fuel vehicles, and so forth. And I have an idea that I haven't written down, is that we all have cars, all of us. They cost $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $20,000 to replace a car. It has to be junked. Why not have, or create an agency that builds car engines, only car engines that retrofits, like Volkswagens. There's probably 3 million Volkswagens on the roads or more, that fits in the Volkswagen. So you can save the shell, not throw away the thing, and you'd be charged maybe $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 the most for a new energy pack that is alternative fuel. So this is something we looked at. It's a smart idea, but nobody's doing it now. But I would like to get into it and set up a committee for research, and actually within a decade or less, it can be done. Create retrofit power packages, I already discussed that. Create saturation media coverage on topics so the public will be fully aware of what's going on. Fish farming. I'm a fisher. I'm a fisherman. I love to fish. And you'll find out through the circles, there's probably a lot of gentlemen here, and maybe women, that like to fish. Tuna, cod, many of the fish species have been lost to commercial fishermen, especially Japan. The oceans are depleted of fish we eat. 25% of the stock in the supermarkets of fish are fish farmed. 75% isn't. I plan to make that a strong point on setting up college courses, junior college courses, to train people and programming to be funded to get into fish farming. Arizona is ideal. Gila Bend has fish farms. Mexico, throughout this region, new form of industry, farming fish, great industry. Create special agencies would initiate schooling, which I said. Start looking, now this is research. D is research into crop forming. And Clifford, I think, knows more about that. It's called hydroponics. Hydroponics is stacking buildings 25 to 50 stories high with no soil, using gas to grow food, corn, watermelon, just about anything. And my thing is to research, look and maybe set up a model of 50-story building and start growing food, because the world's getting bigger, our nation is getting bigger, and the farms are being bought out by developers. So be prepared. So this is preparing for something at the worst with food shortages. So we're looking to stacking, growing food in high-rise buildings. Now where that's going to be, I have no idea where, but it'll be done. But basic research. Internal and external security. Many of you might not like this, but I believe since we are so strong, and since with the problem we had in New York with the Twin Towers coming down, and there's so much internal conflict of who's who and people being watched, we have to be very careful. We don't want to put too much invasion of our privacy. So we got to be very delicate and get a perfect balance there where the average citizen is not plagued with investigations, being looked at by video cameras and so forth. But I believe that increased funding for the CIA activity in conjunction with Homeland Security, fund higher grade surveillance, and since we're in a peacetime economy, we have 150,000 soldiers employed, we're not going to have a great need for missiles and things that kill people. So we have a greater need for surveillance equipment, surveillance, bombs, but I believe that Raytheon, Boeing, these big corporations could present plans for surveillance equipment, new ideas and concepts for a peacetime economy. Create a guest worker system. Now, I have many Mexican-American friends. It's a great culture. You can see the best and worst in Tucson. Of any culture, you can see the best and worst. And there's 25,000. I have provided passes or ID cards for 25,000 guest workers. And the guest pass, like a Social Security card, be a little chip. The chip would spell out, this guy might have problems, diabetes, heart condition, he might have a problem past arrest record. So the Border Patrol, anybody in power, authority, can pick it up, run it through the computer, and they can see problems with this guest worker, if there is any. I have 25,000 per day, and I don't know how long this has to, the committee has to be set up for lengthy, 30 days, 1 day, I have no idea. But it's an ideal program. Up to 150,000 workers. Now, would that interfere with our workers now? The answer is no, because we have that problem now. There's so many people don't want to do janitorial work. People don't want to pick grass. There's certain nationalities that are so strong and go outdoors, put in roads. I tried in putting in asphalt roads, and I almost died after 1 day running down the street. I don't know but there are certain people that the chemistry, they can take hard outdoor labor, and that's throughout the United States. And the guest worker program is very successful in filling those needs. All right. So I have created a guest worker program. Then I increased fines to businesses that employ workers who are not carded. Increased hiring inspectors to monitor the system. That could come through the Border Patrol or whatever, but inspectors so there'd be no conflict. Everything be pure and good. Now, on the bottom, alternative start programs, since I did that 8,000-mile journey, it took me to areas with people, the mechanic, the poor people, the rich people. Everybody wants a free healthcare system. So I took that out of alternative start programs and I upped it. I put it up on top 3 programs that need immediate funding. And the interest off the Uncle Sam sweepstakes will fund this free healthcare system. And the last, but finally, is the penal system. I've been working on this for 15 years. It's a system called utopian in nature. It would supersede our present system, but is it feasible? So immediate response to that penal system would be